Am I the asshole? For not inviting my daughter to the trip? I have two kids F14, M9 and a stepkid M16. My daughter has a different father. Her dad takes her to many trips around the world and she likes to brag about it to the other kids. My sons have been very upset and jealous and begging us to take them to an overseas trip, and we have been saving for years to be able to do so. Finally this year we have enough money to go to a week-long trip to a nearby country. However, we only have enough money for 4 people, so we decided since my daughter goes to many different trips she can sit this one out. Yesterday I called her to inform her that she can't come to our home next weekend because we will be out of country. She hung up without saying a word, but then her dad called to berate me about excluding her and called me a bitch. Info. So why exactly do you hate your daughter? Am I the asshole? For punishing my daughter for having opportunities? Yes, you're the asshole. Just because your daughter's father is in a better position to provide her with amazing opportunities than your current partner, does not mean she should be punished for that. If you can only afford for 4 people to go, then you wait until you can afford for all 5 to go. Teach your other kids to not be entitled, coveting brats rather than enable and participate in toxic behavior. In the long term your kids' attitude will be society's problem as well. You're the asshole. From the way you worded this, it looks like your daughter doesn't live with you and that you don't consider her part of your nuclear family. She can't come to our home next weekend, so not her home then. Hope she gets an amazing trip with her father and cuts her time with you. You've just told your daughter she is not part of your family. She is being punished for things beyond her control. You're the asshole. You're the asshole. Does she actually brag or she shares that she's traveling? If it's gloating, have you addressed it? You could have asked her dad to help for her portion. You could have stayed 4 days instead of 7. You could have planned the trip when your daughter's on a trip with her dad, so it wasn't blatantly obvious you only saved for your sons and not her. That would still made you an emo, but at least she wouldn't have felt as excluded, and most of all, you should have told her ahead of time, not the week before. It sounds like you don't like your daughter. You're the asshole. This whole story looks like you never planned to include her in the first place. You called her a few days before the trip to say, hey, don't come to our house because we'll be on a family trip. So clearly she didn't even know you were going to go until last minute. Doesn't seem to me like she was ever part of your plan. It's not really the daughter's fault that she goes on different trips with her father. And she's still fairly young, which is probably why she gloats to her brothers. But if I were her, I would feel really rejected and not part of your family. Maybe if you prepared her in advance that you didn't have the money, she could have been more prepared, but just because you didn't tell her until right before, I think you're the asshole. You're the asshole. Most kids would rather have one home and 2 loving parents they see every day over international trips. Your daughter didn't ask to be born, she didn't ask to be in a split home, she didn't ask to have a father who was richer than her mother. She didn't ask to juggle living in 2 different worlds where she doesn't fully belong in either. Now she's being punished for her father's income. Does that make any sense to you? You are the one who chose to have a baby with that man and started this situation, so if anyone should be punished, punish yourself and give your ticket to your daughter, and 4 people can still go on the trip. You're the asshole. Rather than stopping her bragging about her trips with her dad and teaching her to consider the feelings of others, you told her she isn't part of your family. You do realize that her father can pay for her part for the trip, right? You're the asshole. Family vacation, everyone but your daughter. So technically it's not a family trip since not all the members are invited. But don't worry, after your family vacation you won't have a daughter. Because you excluded her. You do understand that your daughter and the rest of the world will read this as a concrete demonstration that you don't love her as much as your family with your current husband. Right? And in saying that, I'm choosing to believe that you're merely being idiotically short-sighted, and you do not, in fact, prefer your new family and wish to holiday with them and without your daughter. You're the asshole. AITA So you punish her for having an active father, by excluding her? What an utter embarrassment you are for a mother. You're the asshole. She's your teen daughter and also part of the family. She felt excluded. If you can only afford you can't afford to go at all. Info: is this trip planned when it was supposed to be your time to have her in your home? You're going on a family holiday without your own daughter? Yes, you're the asshole. You're awful. So are the kids jealous, or are you jealous? Maybe you never got that special treatment when you were with your ex. And feel like if you can't then no one can. You're the asshole. My dad did this to me 30 years ago. I barely talk to him now. Ooh, my Bill and Sil did this to my niece. It's been 5 years and she hasn't talked to them since. You're the asshole. You are the reason I see people as a therapist who talk about being excluded and feeling not good enough and less than in their families. You had many options to make this trip work for your daughter and you chose to ignore all of them. You're the asshole. If you don't have enough money for all 5 of you to go on the trip, then you did not finally have enough money. You're the asshole. You're the asshole. It's not your daughter's fault that her father takes her on international trips regularly. She shouldn't be excluded from your trip because of this. You are sending her a clear message that you don't consider her part of the family. Save for another couple of years and take all your kids. You're the asshole. Wow, excluding your own daughter is awful and bad mother vibes, and punishing her for what her other parent gives her. Why do you dislike your kid so much? When she goes low contact or no contact, remember it was you who excluded her and made sure she knew she's not part of the 4 family members. Of course you're the asshole. She is 14 and you won't let her come on vacation with you guys. You are her family and just decided to go without her. Wait another year until you can afford to bring her. You're the asshole. You're telling her that she isn't a part of your family. Stop punishing your kid. You hate her dad. I can't even believe no one has picked up on this. You're a bitter ass baby mama with a new man who can't provide like your old man can. Your daughter reaps those benefits but you don't, and you're punishing her for it. You're the asshole, and I hope your daughter goes to live with her father full time. Disgusting. Not only are you a massive but you're an idiot too. I'm sick of people trying to justify their shitty behavior. I don't know why you need a bunch of strangers to tell you how cruel you are. Good luck to your poor kids. You're the asshole. When budgeting for the trip, your daughter should have been included. When she goes no contact with you, it will be because of shit like this. You're the asshole. And judging by the comments, pretty bad at even defending why you're one. You're the asshole. She is 14. You are a bitter and jealous asshole. You're the asshole. How did you type all that without realizing you are TA? Your daughter is being punished because her dad has money. Also, I seriously doubt a 9-year kid begged you for years to take him on an overseas trip. And you could have asked your ex to pay for her if money was the issue. On another hand, it's obvious that you resent your daughter, so maybe for her it's better to be away from you. Just remember that it was you and your husband the ones who made it clear she isn't part of your family when you'll ask her to pay something for stepbrothers because they're family. You're the asshole. You are clearly resentful and jealous of your ex and using your daughter as a pawn. You're the asshole. WTF is wrong with you? You just rejected your own child. Your poor daughter. You're punishing her because you hate her dad and what he provides for her. She probably gloats about the trips to get some form of attention because it sounds like you ignore her because of your hatred of her dad. Grow the hell up and treat your kid equally. She didn't choose her living arrangements. You did. You're the asshole and a big one. You waited until the very last minute to tell her she can't tag along. If you told her before, maybe her father could have paid for her flight or she could at least be prepared. This way you are excluding her either for your husband or out of spite. What a great mother you are. You're the asshole. No wonder your daughter hung up on you. She probably felt totally betrayed and left out.